To the bleachers we go. A unnamed 22-year-old Chicago fan has been banned. Now, they say not for life, but indefinitely from every ballpark, all 30 ballparks. He's on the no-fly list. If you might have seen this, there was this viral video. We didn't really mention it on the show, but the Arizona Diamondbacks are playing the White Sox this week, and second baseman Ketel Marte was heckled by this 22-year-old nameless jabroni, this dingleberry, and the heckling was about his mother, who is died a few years back, and it was during the game, and Ketel Marte, whatever the guy said, he started crying, like the player was crying during the game. And the video went viral, and people felt terrible. It's a terrible thing. So the question is, where do you stand on Major League Baseball banning a heckling fan from all 30 ballparks? So I have an unpopular opinion here, right? And while we do not endorse by any means the whatever was said, we don't even know what was said, by the way. Everyone's assuming they know what was said. I have not seen it. If you saw it, let me know, but I have not seen exactly what was said. I don't believe that's in the public domain. But my opinion is that in general, when it comes to these lifetime bans or these indefinite bans from the ballpark, it is a mystery box. And it edges us a little bit closer to Pandora's box. Like, I guess I can be that guy. Don't be that guy, pal. You're not that guy. I'm that guy. Like, we're heading closer to the point where eventually every generation gets a little softer. I think that's usually how it goes, right? Generally how it goes. So eventually, it won't happen in my lifetime, but at some point, even booing will become socially unacceptable. And there'll be a generation, we'll probably all be dead, but there'll be a generation where we should ban people from booing. It's not polite, right? It's not polite. And you look at what has happened. It's been a number of years things have happened with different events, politically or whatever. You look up the Patriot Act if you want as an example. But for years, baseball, it celebrated, it lionized the bleacher bums at Wrigley Field, the bleacher creatures at Yankee Stadium, the poets of smack at Fenway. And now the reaction just made me want to puke from Major League Baseball. It's like they're out there, they're taking a bow, like, hey, we won the algorithm, this is great. We won social media for the day. And again, my opinion is, like, these bans, first of all, from all 30 ballparks, it's almost unenforceable. Now, I know a lot of ballparks are going police state, and during the pandemic, they switched away from cash. Most ballparks, you can't even get in unless you have a smartphone. Like, they don't even take paper tickets, and you got to use your credit card. They don't do cash. And so, okay, facial recognition, fine. I'd love to see the do not fly list. That the people, how many names do you think are on that list that cannot enter a ballpark, cannot buy a ticket? Do you think it's 10 people, 20 people, 30 people? Do you think it's 100 people? Like, how do you get off that list? Once you get on the list, do you have to call a lawyer? Do you have to, I have questions. And again, I am not defending what was ever said there. However, just in general, I guess it's a generational thing. I was raised with the sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never harm me. And I understand names do harm you from time to time. But the answer is not to, I'm going to ban you from every single ballpark. And baseball used to be the sport that did not need a Manhattan PR firm to explain itself. And now, like every sports league, they are run by the algorithm. The NBA changed the way they broadcast the NBA Finals because some dorks on Reddit were critiquing it. And they're like, oh, NBA Twitter doesn't like it, so we'll change the broadcast. Major League Baseball. Initially, they're like, they didn't ban this, whoever this idiot, knucklehead 22-year-old is. But once the blowback started on social media, it's like, get out of here. You're done. That's it. And then they went around and they did a victory lap and they took a bow. And Again, my problem is what this moves us closer to, which I think is rather ridiculous. But I don't know if there's any way to stop it at this point. The tide could turn, could also go the more extreme way.